Alrighty. Welcome back to another one of my short Skyblock speed runs. In today's video, I ended up speedrunning for an enchanted redstone block, but realistically, I could have gone for any tier 3 enchanted item. Just like the last run, I did the entire thing as an Iron Man player, despite completing the run on a classic profile. I explained my reasoning for this in my previous video, so if that does interest you, I'll leave a link down in the description below. As per usual, however, this run was streamed live over on my Twitch, so if you'd like to see the full process of how these speedruns are actually complete, the links are down in the description below. But with all that being said, let's get straight into the video. Creating a fresh profile here, as per usual the first steps were to go to a hub as quick as possible, and then immediately make my way over to Jamie. I say it every time I do, but the extra 20 seconds you spend collecting the rogue sword generally goes a long way for the rest of the run, and if any of you ever decide to go for any speedruns of your own, I would highly suggest that you get the rogue sword within the first minute of loading in. The speedrun was done as an Iron Man player similar to the last, as going for the bazaar and buying an enchanted block would have been really boring otherwise. This meant that I needed to come up with an effective strategy to hand farm the enchanted block, and for this run, I decided to go for the enchanted redstone block, which you'll see the reasoning for that a little bit later. That being said, the first part of this run involved making my way over to the wheat fields to earn some easy cash that'll start our journey. The early game farming in my runs is always brief but super important. As per usual, I got to around farming level 3 for the coins from each level up, so I could acquire a few stacks of wheat and seeds to sell for money. With my freshly harvested crops, I took them over to the trusty mining merchant, where I sold my resources for even more coins. While I was here, I caught myself a golden pickaxe for a small price of 3 gold ingots, and made my way to the coal mines locally on the hub island. It wasn't long until I reached mining level 1, where I immediately ran to the launch pad at the end of the island and headed straight for the gold mines. Moving swiftly onwards from the hub island, I once again stopped at the Iron Forger, this time to sell my gear and progress further into the run. The goal here was to grab the Lazy Miner's pickaxe, as getting a free iron pickaxe at the start of the game is extremely useful, especially since it's on the way to the deep caverns. I knew I would need to head back to the hub island one last time after I reached mining level 5, because this would be the pickaxe that I would actually use to acquire the enchanted block. Either way, the next step was most definitely to get telekinesis applied to the pickaxe to make sure that we didn't miss any ore drops, and while I was at it, I also enchanted my rogue sword just in case I found myself using it to hit some mobs. With my pickaxe and sword ready to go, I made my way back into the gold mines and got started on my mining levels. For this speedrun, I needed to reach mining 5 as I needed to unlock the deep caverns to eventually unlock the dwarven mines. I won't tell you why I needed this just yet, but for this speedrun I had determined that an enchanted redstone block would have been the play, because the method that I used to achieve this was arguably one of the most efficient when it comes to an enchanted block. Now I know I'm gonna get a lot of comments saying that I could have picked something easier like an enchanted cobblestone block, but that's cheating. The reason redstone qualifies for this speedrun is because it's a third tier of crafted material, and this is because the first tier you start with is a normal redstone dust, followed by an enchanted redstone dust, which then can be crafted into the enchanted redstone block. An enchanted cobblestone block completely skips this third step, making it invalid for this type of speedrun, but items such as the enchanted coal, iron, gold, diamond, emerald block, and many more would have fit the appropriate criteria. But with that being said, I've reached mining 5 now, so it's time to make a final trip back to the hub island before we set off for the deep caverns. Back on the hub island for the last time, I started things off by once again selling my materials. With 1.6k coins to my name, I made my way over to the librarian to get a few XP bottles and the efficiency books that I was going to need. I went ahead and splashed 7 XP bottles so I had enough for all of my enchantments, bought all 16 efficiency books for my pickaxe, and then I made my way over to the blacksmith's anvil to apply all of the books to create my efficiency 5 iron pickaxe. I had exactly 1,110 spare coins left in my purse, so I decided to buy myself an undead sword and a set of growth 1 iron armor, because that way I'd hopefully have a slightly easier time in the deep caverns.
Iron armor, we are decked out, boys. We are decked out, we got this.
After landing in the deep caverns, the first thing that I actually did was jump straight into the void. For those of you who didn't know, you can actually discover every layer of the deep caverns from just hugging the side of the wall as you plummet directly into the void. However, I was dumb and totally forgot that I had to talk to the lift operator first.
I know. Stop, let me down. What do you mean? What do you mean I have to reach the lapis quarry? Fine, I'll do it again.
After speaking to him, I made my way back to the entrance of the deep caverns. I jumped off for the second time, and this actually allowed me to travel to any layer of the deep caverns that I needed to without having to traverse it properly to begin with. With the lift fully set up for the rest of the deep caverns trip, the first stop was going to be the Lapis Quarry. To unlock the Dwarven Mines, I was going to need 10 of any 3 separate enchanted ores, and for this run I chose 10 enchanted lapis, 10 enchanted redstone, and 10 enchanted emeralds. Lapis and redstone were chosen because they dropped more than one item at a time when you mined them, while emerald was just the next easiest material to acquire as it was really abundant in the Slime Hill, and it was also right next to the Pigman's Den, which I could go to right after mining the redstone. Needless to say, the lapis grind was great. I spent a solid 13 minutes getting enough lapis to unlock the enchanted lapis collection, although I did unfortunately meet my first death of this run trying to craft some enchanted lapis.
I need carpentry level 3. That is silly. That is really silly. Go away! Go away! Let me craft! Let me craft! Let me craft! I'll get my carpentry levels. Go away! Go away! I don't like you. I don't like you at all. I have no... Die. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. What do you mean? What do you mean, bro? What do you mean? It doesn't even matter.
But with that little hiccup out of the way, it turns out that I actually lied about the previous trip to the hub being my last. I didn't realize that Quickcraft required a minimum of carpentry level 3, and to unlock the carpentry skill, I actually needed to speak to the carpenter on the hub island first. Luckily, the detour wasn't all that bad. Just a quick trip to the builder for a stack of wool, and after handing it to the carpenter, we were back in the deep caverns in no time. The next step from here was to get the 10 enchanted redstone that I needed, so I set off to mine as much redstone as I possibly could. The redstone grind was going really good for the first 10 minutes or so, until one pigman somehow managed to spot me mining his redstone, and I also ended up dying.
Bro, the nitro thing is running out soon. Go away. No one likes you. No one likes you. No one likes you. No one... What do you mean, bro? What do you mean? How did you finish me? That's so dumb. That's so dumb. I was doing just fine.
This was really bad, as now that my inventory was mostly filled with redstone, if I tried to get back into the mines, I would have a load of angry pigmen all trying to hunt me down. I ended up spending the next 3 minutes trying to get back to my mining spot. After attempting to run back to my spot for the first time, I soon realized that it just wasn't going to be possible. So I tried swapping hubs to see if their aggro would actually reset, but that didn't end up working. After numerous deaths and accidental hub switches, I had the bright idea to use the lift operator to get to the Slime Hill first, and then I would run back up the mines from the Slime Hill back up into the Pigman's Den. This actually ended up working flawlessly, and now that I was back in my mining spot from before, the grind for the enchanted redstone dust continued. It wasn't long until I finally reached it, where I crafted the enchanted redstone that I could and progressed onwards with the Emerald Collection. The Emerald Collection was pretty similar to the Redstone Collection, smooth sailing at first, which was very abruptly interrupted by a few deaths.
247 until you're like cat of 29 at least. How did I die? Corded. I'm corded. I'm corded. No! Why there's so many slimes? In between or something. How did I die? Okay. I don't understand this. We hit them now. What? Of course. I looked at chat.
During this entire segment of the run, I actually found myself struggling to navigate the deep caverns quite a bit, as the twists and the turns always seemed to lead to the same places, and getting back to my mining spots after dying just was not the easiest. Needless to say, I ended up unlocking the Emerald Collection, but only had enough emeralds to craft 8 enchanted, so I continued to mine until I got the 10 that I actually needed.
That's it. Alright, kill me. Kill me. You know what, that works. You know what?
At this point, I thought I had done it. I made my way over to the Obsidian Sanctuary, only to realize that I needed mining 12 to even unlock the Dwarven Mines. No problem though. I was already 60 or so % of the way through mining 11, so after a quick trip to the Lapis Quarry to reach mining 12, I gave Reese all of my newly acquired materials and headed straight for the Dwarven Mines.
We did it! We did it! Oh my god, let's go, let's go, let's go.
With the Dwarven Mines finally unlocked after about an hour and 24 minutes, it was once again time to clean up my inventory full of the random mining materials that I had acquired. I was hoping that I would actually get enough money to buy one of the mithril pickaxes while I was there, though sadly I was 5,000 coins too short, and either way, my efficiency 5 iron pickaxe would have sufficed anyways. With that all complete, the next step was to finally put in place the strategy that I had been planning all along. Cart mining. Prior to starting the run, I actually planned out the route that I was going to take. And as you can see on the screen right now, if I head down the main pathway towards the Ramparts Quarry, and then pass through the Ramparts Quarry and continue further all the way to the Far Reserve, you can actually climb up the scaffolding on the side of the Far Reserve to end up on a railway track. This railway track leads to a bunch of different minecarts, but if we scale this wall in particular, we can hop onto this select minecart, which luckily for us has 10 redstone ores on top of it. And now that I had reached the select minecart, which was what I was trying to aim for this entire time, the rest of the run was just a straight shot to the end. Unlocking Quickcraft also made things 1,000 times easier, as I didn't have to waste much time crafting the redstone and I could do this while the ores were actually regenerating. I'm almost positive that spending the just under 1 hour 30 minutes to unlock the Dwarven Mines was worth it, because trying to mine 25,600 redstone or lapis in the deep caverns would have been absolute pain, even if it was just a little bit faster. But anyways, I totally forgot about the rock pet milestones during this run, and I was greeted with a very nice surprise after I mined up a common rock pet. I tried to sit down on it after equipping it, but apparently it was really buggy and it just wasn't working properly, so I just spawned it aside and continued to mine on my spot, slowly leveling it up. The rest of the run here was mostly nothing special. As time went on, I got closer and closer and closer to my enchanted redstone block goal. As I was nearing the end of this run, I started to be more cautious. I didn't let my inventory fill all the way, and I kept a close eye on the amount of redstone that I was collecting. It wasn't long until I reached the last 2 enchanted redstone dusts that I would need, but rather than me voiceovering these final moments, I'll just let you see it for yourself.
Come on, we're so close. Oh my god. Right now. Oh, do that, and then, oh, time, 2 hours, 9 minutes, and 7 seconds, and 62 tenths of a second. I'm actually the best player ever. I'm insane, guys. A level 40 rock as well, dude. That is so cool. We did it, boys. We did it. Let me drop it. I want to drop it on the ground. No way, dude. No way. How much? What do we do? What is the collection like? We got it after 27,000. I don't know if the math adds up there, but it's been done. It's been done. Now it's time to just... Oh, I gotta log my ult on now.
And with that being said, the run was now officially complete. My final time for the speedrun was 2 hours, 9 minutes, 7 seconds, and 62 tenths of a second, and all that was left was to transfer my newly acquired block back to my main profile. This was easily the longest run of the series so far, and just like the others, I thoroughly enjoyed it. But with the run already complete and the enchanted redstone block transferred, it was finally time to say goodbye. I opened up the profile menu, selected my newly created speedrun profile, very carefully read through the deletion instructions, and at last, I removed it permanently from my profile list.
That's it. It's gone. It's over. That's 3 speedruns done. Third of many more to go, probably. We'll see how that goes.
But with all that being said, that's going to wrap up everything that I did have for today's video. If you did enjoy this video or you found it pretty entertaining in some way, then please do leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel, as I am still trialing out this new speedrun style of content. And leaving a like is one of the easiest things that you can do that tells me that you did enjoy it, and it also helps out push the video into the algorithm for more people to enjoy as well. Another thing that I would also like to quickly mention is that the reason that I transfer the items that I do speedrun to over to my main profile at the end of my run is because I actually sell off these items to some lucky viewers who decide to buy them from me over on my Twitch streams, where one of you lucky viewers can go ahead and try to actually get this item for yourself, whether you choose to frame it or have it on your island or just do whatever you'd like with it. Originally, I was just gonna make like a wall of memorabilia where I sort of just collect all of my speedrun items, and then in the near future, I would just look back on it all and see my progress over the months. Although I figured it would be more special if I gave that opportunity to you guys, so that you guys can actually hold onto the items that I did speedrun for, because that way people can sort of have a piece of history, I guess, and I know a lot of people are into doing that kind of stuff, so I figured it would be just one of the more appropriate things to do. But with all that being said, that is going to wrap up everything that I did have for today's video. And as always, take care and peace.
I dislike you. Yo, Justice died. Justice died. Yo, 9 mil for artificial. 9 mil profit. 9 mil profit. Why on? What? I'm so concerned. Yo, Swords, what's up, bro? Welcome back, man. 2 months sub. Appreciate it, bro. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream.